Pay attention, creepy weirdo.
I would like a strong, powerful woman to protect me.
He'll fight for America.
Hip. Poopy square. The Playable Characters Podcast. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Playable Characters Podcast.
Yes.
Playable Characters Podcast.
C
Pizzle.
P.
Yeah, welcome. This is before we get into our super freaking amazing guests we have. I'm so excited. A couple quick things, guys. First of all, thank you as always for the feedback. Hey, we have a new website. Check it out.
Yay.
It's up and running finally. PlayableCharactersPodcast.com. Nice and simple. You can get all the episodes. Other stuff, we're going to start putting funny videos up on our YouTube channel. We have a YouTube channel, by the way, if you want to. You can listen to the podcast there. Whole bunch of fun stuff.
You can listen to it there. We're going to put up some video content, too.
Yeah, we just went to a video game con in Parsippany, New Jersey. We interviewed some people. It's going to be a lot of fun. Check those out.
By the time you're hearing this, we will have gone to that convention.
They don't need to know the timeline.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Keep giving us reviews and feedback, obviously, as always.
Please give us a 5-star on iTunes. Write a review.
If you don't love it, if you like it a lot, give it a 4.
If you want to give it a 4, email us and say, hey, I wanted to give it a 4, and this is why.
Convince me 5.
And if we can improve by the next episode, then I think you should give us a 5.
We sound like those overeager kids in middle school.
Yes.
Yeah. October 22nd, if you're in Queens, we're doing a show, our retro game show called Retro Bits at QED. October 22nd. Check it out. It's a lot of fun.
And you get to play really crappy old games and goof on them. It's really fun.
Yeah, you can play games like Cliffhanger the Game or Bebe's Kids the Game.
Yep. Judge Dredd, terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've been playing all sorts of crappy games. It's really fun.
Anyway.
You can play as an airport manager simulator.
Right. What's it even called? Aerobiz?
Aerobiz, yeah. Oh, my God. The game is so good.
Oh, also tell your friends. If you like the show, tell your friends.
Tell 100,000 friends.
Yes.
Thank you. Guys, are you ready to... I mean, we've wanted this guest for a while.
She's probably one of the biggest names in video games.
We
say that every week.
But this is literally... I don't know what she's doing over there. She's literally one of the most profitable, I think, like one of the highest earning arcade games of all time.
And a huge feminist icon, really, if you think about it. She's
icon.
Because the pay gap also one of the most profitable because she was not getting the full...
Right. Like, we know... I mean, I don't want to give it too much away right now, but who...
I mean, we're going to say her name.
Yeah, okay, let's just dive in. Let's introduce her. So freaking excited. Ms PacMan.
Hi, y'all.
Hey. How are you?
Oh, I'm so excited to be here. Listen, I'm so excited to be here.
This is great. You are so bubbly. We figured. Yeah.
I know. And you know what's so great about me? I was looking in the mirror and I said, you never change. I just don't get old.
You look the same.
It's true. You have that same perfect circular figure. I love it.
Now, some gals wouldn't like that, but I love it.
I mean, 30, almost 40 years old in the biz, and you still look great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You still got the same blush on your cheeks and everything. Just
the bow and everything.
Well, it is a delight to be here.
Thank you so much.
Just
it's
so
our
excited.
Honor. Yeah.
Thank
now,
you.
do we call you Miss? Do we call you Ms PacMan? What do we call you?
Well, it's actually Ms.
It's
a lot
Ms.
of people...
I thought it was Mrs.
Right. A lot of people think that, but see, I like to do that so that when I go out, no one knows whether I can flirt or not. I mean, listen, my heart will always be to my Pac-Man, but sometimes the girls like to have fun.
Yeah. I remember when I was in elementary school, the Ms. people, and this isn't to you, but we're always like the older teachers, I felt like. And like the Miss were the young ones.
That's right.
That's how I learned what that meant, the Miss, Mrs., and Ms.
And then you became sad because you're like, oh, my old teacher never got married.
Right.
But that's not the case with you.
You guys are
official. Obviously, right. So
now,
obviously, and a lot of people don't know that I have a little Southern twang too.
Yeah.
I didn't.
You don't talk much in the game.
Yeah, it was just a lot of like waka 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 waka.
Right.
So
all I do is eat my cherries. I got them in my bag. I got them in my pocket.
Everywhere. You always bring around. So that's good.
But that's another reason how I stay young. Because of that's all I do is eat fruit and get
That's
chased
right.
by ghosts.
That's true.
Who needs Soul Cycle, right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
How are you in the Ghost? Are you all friends like in real life?
In real life, we are like family.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, they're coworkers. They've been working together for.
That's absolutely right. We are like a close knit family, which is really nice. Although they are quite trick players. Which is so funny because a lot of times I'll get to work, and it's just like another day at work, you know, and I'll open up the mirror and there they go. They pop out and they scare me. So we have a good time.
You have a good time.
Oh, that's nice.
We do.
So it's what is it? Blinky, Inky, and Clyde, right?
Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Sue.
Sue.
Yeah, there's a Sue.
I thought it was
She's
Clyde.
my gal.
Oh,
Sue is my gal.
That's cool.
Listen, I mean, she's surrounded by so much, testosterone, and it's really difficult for her. So we bond, and I find that to be helpful for both of us, really.
Do you ever discuss like what were who were the ghosts before they died?
Oh, it's a good question. Were they?
That's a great question, and it has come up. But out of respect for the ghosts, because we did try to bring that up, they want to remain respectful to the people. We have a feeling, who they are, and I don't think that they're going to be upset that we say this. We feel that they were in the circus.
Really?
Oh.
Yes, we feel that they were in the circus. Something didn't go right, whether it be a rope fell or a clown punched them in the whatever it might
That's
have been.
Wait till they all
This is
died
the
together. You
confirmation.
think?
We feel they all died together. Like Sue has obviously been romantically involved with all three of them on the ghost level.
Oh wow!
Whoa.
And it's funny because I said to her, well, now before you even do that, why wouldn't you find out who they are?
Yeah.
But she and I have different feelings on getting close to people, and that's her prerogative, but we feel they were circus. So that's a great question.
Wow.
So
they all died
circus
at the same
thing.
time. So I guess that's and then I guess once they made to the afterlife, she was like, let's just do it. Let's all just get involved. Let's who cares?
That's it.
We're dead.
That's it. You know what? They feel like they're dead. This is really a lot of people say, why don't you go? Because this is like their game. Their game purgatory, basically.
Yeah.
But they found such success.
Yeah.
Why go? Why go to
doing
heaven
it.
or why? Whatever you may believe.
Oh, so
why do that?
They're trapped.
They're trapped. Yeah.
So
But
you
what
get
a way
to
be
go home
trapped.
every night, but they don't get to. They have to stay there.
That's exactly it.
okay.
And that's the sad part, especially for Sue, because, she wants to redecorate. She and she really can't. I can't just say, hey, come to Michael's. She can't do that.
Right. Yes.
That's true, because I feel like at best they just can change the neon colors a little bit. It's kind of annoying.
No, it is true. It is I would say with really outside of the sexual activity, it's a very boring life for them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Are they just getting it on all the time in between rounds?
So once the game is off, they're just
Because it is a
That's
small rectangle. That
Well, that's what I said. I said, why don't you get on the big screen and stop being in those 80s? No, but listen, they enjoy each other. Luckily,
Is it
they're
kind of
small.
like they're your prisoners almost?
That's a great way of thinking of it. Because they're always there, and they can't say, "Hey, I'm going to be late for work." That's where they are.
Now, are they protecting the food pellets? Is that why they chase you? Is it like?
Yes, and they're off. They're doing that, which is exactly right. They're also they're not nice. Sue very, very sweet, but they have
Inky
sort of
dinky.
like they have sort of a rough personality. You know what I mean? And they have a lot of nervous energy, and it's like they don't really like my bubbly personality so much, And it's rare because most people do.
I mean, how could you not?
How
Yeah.
could you not?
Right.
You're so delightful.
But,
Very charming, very
Thank you. Well, you tell those three. You knock it off. But so that's a good question. So they just have a lot of nervous energy. They're not crazy about me, and it's really what they were here to do.
Do they have to go out and put all the dots back after you eat them? Who puts the dots back?
Oh yeah. Very meticulous.
A lot
Yeah.
of people don't know this, but we actually have a dot master. You guys not
No,
familiar
never-
with the dot master?
I've never heard of that job.
Yes, so there is a dot master. Now he actually is sort of like the gatekeeper of the ghosts, so it's his property, his yard, if you will, his land, and so he's in charge of that. So
He's
we don't
gotta be
get involved with that.
Super anal about it. Those are like perfectly laid out dots.
Oh, please, you
Yeah.
should see
over
him
and over again.
That's
You
exactly
gotta
right.
do it.
And there was one time when, it was so funny. Do you see how I go in and out of my accent? Isn't that funny? Sue always says that to me. And I said, you're wrong, but now I hear myself. There was one time the gatekeeper, the dot keeper, he unbuttoned his shirt. He had a button missing. Well, I have never seen someone. It was like he had a breakdown
Did you
because
eat his
everything. Well, because I accidentally I thought it was a dot, you know, and I'm starving all the time, so I didn't mean to do it.
Right.
but-
Are you always hungry, Ms PacMan?
I am always hungry. I am always hungry. And actually, before I came here today, I was like, they're going to have a bowl of berries for me. But, so thank you very much.
Yeah. You got your writer ahead of time.
You got, yes. I'm
we
so
have a
glad-
pretzel in the back too if you need one.
Oh,
Just turn it up,
well,
yeah.
look at that. What is this? The A team? This is great.
So I just wanted to get into like the casting of this. So how did you end up in the series?
Good thing, I mean, she got this job since she's always hungry. It's a perfect role.
Yeah.
It's a perfect
It is a
gig.
perfect role. Talk about typecasting.
Yeah.
Did you get into it after your husband? Was he like you were like, hey, I could do this too, kind of thing?
Well, now that's funny. See, in the 80s,
Let's
a
get into
lot
that,
of in the 80s, listen, it was definitely a Pac-Man world. And,
was.
you know, and I have always, you know, bless his heart, but I've always had a lot of talent
Does
and
he have a
always
heart?
been, well, yes, he does. He is a real fine fella.
Good.
And we'll talk about that. I mean,
Okay.
sure, he cheats and everything,
Well,
but he is you know, we'll get to that.
Okay.
Wow.
But no, I would say that I've always sort of been a star, but it wasn't until this movement and I really had the opportunity to show my stuff, and I credit that to my agent. She really pushed for me.
Good.
And I would say Pac-Man was pushing for me, but he wanted to be a little bit of the star. I have to say there was a lot of
That
jealousy.
makes
So
sense.
Sounds like a Nancy and Ronald Reagan situation.
it was a little bit like that, you know? But a lot of people do think that, oh, am I riding on his coattails or anything? I had talent.
Yeah.
You know?
Your
What were
game
you-
is-
you were great.
Your game is infinitely better in every way.
Yes.
What were you doing before you started
Good question.
Great
being in the
question.
game?
I was a bow maker, which is why, if you notice,
Yeah.
I wear a bow. That was my
Okay.
original
Wow.
design. It was called Red Bow,
Yep.
and that's what I used to do. So I would of course do like you ever go to a dinner theater and you see little cartoons. You know, sometimes I would have small roles on little
Right.
cartoons, or sometimes people would make me and I would model for stickers and things like that. But I didn't really get my break until but that was one of the jobs that I was a bow maker. I didn't know how to waitress or anything like that.
No
So,
hands.
no
Yeah.
hands. And it made it really hard. Well, I did everything with my teeth. My mouth, if I don't have teeth. I mean, I'm
Right,
embarrassed to say that in front of people with teeth, but
No, but you articulate very well for somebody without teeth.
Yeah.
Thank you so. Well, I do have a tongue. A lot of people don't know that. I do have a tongue. I just don't have teeth,
Okay,
which
but you
keep
saves money on.
You keep it tucked in, obviously.
I keep
Yeah.
it tucked in. Yeah. Except for Pac-Man. Just kidding, honey.
Wow.
But yes, so Red Bow. That's kind
Look
of.
at that,
and then
huh?
I became known as Red Bow, and then I said, well, listen.
Do
in
you
my
still
content-
sell bows now? I mean, I'm sure you're like you have your own line of bows. Like,
I do now. I'm actually thinking about being a guest on a little show called QVC. I don't know if you know
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Actually, that would be perfect for your personality.
Yeah.
I bet they're always so bright and sunny.
Oh,
Yeah.
Count C. You know what? Yes. Thank you
I'd
very
watch it.
much.
I'd
Thank
probably buy
you.
some.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I just feel like, you know what? This is really, I'm making, I'm coming around again. You know,
Right.
a lot of people, listen, I was big in the 80s.
Yeah.
I really, really was.
I mean, you're still beloved by a lot of people.
I would say it's coming
thank
back
you
because
so
I
much.
recently I went to there's this place Barcade where they have like a bunch of old school games. I was actually just playing Ms PacMan about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh!
So I legitimately was excited to have you
Couple
on.
quarters for you.
Oh, that's right. Well,
Yeah.
I love to get played.
Yeah.
That is funny.
So tell us about Pac. What do you call him? Do you call him Pac? Do you call him Miss? I mean, I don't know.
What's his
PM.
first name?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're Ms PacMan. So
Yeah.
do you have a-
I didn't know that you guys didn't know. It's Peter.
Peter.
Peter
Oh,
Pac-Man.
Peter
It's
Pac-Man.
Peter Pac-Man. Yes. And
Very alliterative. I like it.
Yes, and I didn't know if people know. I call him Peter.
Okay.
But in front of everyone, he's my Pac. You know.
Right.
But what happened? Listen, we instantly became. People thought we were brother and sister.
Are there? Yeah, I was gonna say, are there others like you guys?
Are there packs?
Oh,
Or what's your- yeah.
sure.
There's a whole society.
We-
Okay.
yes, and we grew up very close to each other.
Okay.
And
Where is this? Where'd you grow up?
Well, it was this little town called Oriette, and it's just north of like if you look at the world and you just go north if you go
Okay.
north, it's in that area.
Like the north, okay.
Like it's in the north.
It
and
almost
it's-
sounds very 2D.
Yes, yeah. Well, we are private people, you know what I mean? And it's a little town called Oriette, and it was funny because when we grew up together, I always had a crush on him, and I said someday I'm gonna be. I mean, I never dreamed of what my life would hold, but
Right,
I
this
said someday
success,
I'm gonna marry that guy. And Peter really always had kind of a. I always smelled good. He said.
Like cherries, probably.
Like
You do
cherries,
smell like
that's right.
cherries. I thought it was just the cherries. but-
Anyway, it was love at first chomp, as we like to say.
Aw.
You guys chomp each other?
Oh, that's her
What?
pet
I don't
name.
know.
Did you
This-
know that? Yes, yeah, he's my little chomp monster.
Okay.
Oh, saucy.
And anyway, but listen, so we're very tight, but as you know, it's a big world, and there are a lot of people who want his attention and my attention, and so we did go through a little bit of a difficult time.
Sure.
And but listen, my heart, his heart, we're really together, chomping together for life. I think.
Good to
That's
know.
good.
That's great.
How are the kids? Because I mean, there's Pac-Man Jr. and
Yeah, the kids are great. Listen, the kids are great. They had a great life. This career that we packed out was really allowed us to afford a wonderful life. And so the kids are great. I mean, they're getting ready. They like to do a lot of these festivals, the video game
Like the Comic-Con
Comic-Con
Yeah.
things. So
Yeah.
they like to go on the road.
Ah,
Peter and I are like, woo! Who has the energy?
Let me
how
ask
do you feel
something.
about them getting in the family business, though? Is it,
Oh, and listen, it's in our blood. It's in our blood. They have to. They have no other choice. I love my kids, but they have no other talent than to ride up. But, yeah.
Well,
I was gonna say, do you guys like at home? Do you just do you still have to walk around and eat dots, or you just have them in a bowl?
Well, when we're at home, we're off. So
Okay.
yes, our dots are in the bowl. Because we just feel like we're always on display,
Right.
and we just like to kind of veg out at home. We're new to Netflix, which is kind of
Oh.
interesting. We've been watching programs on that.
What's your favorite?
And we love Love. Do you know Love?
Yes.
Yes, that is our favorite. That is we get a chuckle out of that. We love that so much. And Wheel of Fortune. We are Wheel.
Is that on
Wheel.
Netflix?
Because of the
Is that on
wheel?
Netflix?
yeah.
We love the wheel because we said,
Ah,
who
yeah.
looks like that? We
Yeah.
do. And then every Thursday night we go out dancing.
Nice.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah.
How do you guys dance? I mean, it's just you can't really
Kind of circle each other.
embrace, I guess, with no hands and stuff.
Well,
What,
you know
how does
what?
it work in the pack world?
Well, you know what happened? That's a great question.
Thanks.
What it's not necessarily called dancing
Okay.
like like you guys would
Yeah.
know. It's called more like a movement.
Mm-hmm.
It's more movement. So when he moves left and I move right and we pass each
I
other, that
gotcha.
is considered in our world to be very sexual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
So
when you kind of like brush against each other as you pass each other.
That's
kinda
exactly
that's
So
right.
movement.
Yeah.
Like a lambada. Okay.
And that's exactly right. And really, and like what's really special is that all the characters in video games, we have that same language. So I apologize if I
No,
if I
totally.
just assume that regular humans,
Now,
but
again, we speak to a lot of video game characters, so
Sure.
we're starting to pick up on the lingo.
Yeah.
now have you had Mario on?
You know what? That's
He won't
something
come
that
on. I've been
won't-
trying.
He won't come on.
He is.
We've had many of his coworkers
Nemesis.
on. Yeah.
We had his older brother Anthony.
He's not,
Okay.
He's not very well liked by a lot of
He's
people
not.
in video games.
No, he's not. But you know what? That guy's got a good heart. I gotta
Yeah?
say, listen. I mean, he, as you know, I don't know if it's public knowledge, but he and I had a long affair.
Whoa.
Oh.
I think we knew this.
Do you have an
Oh,
open
please.
marriage with Mr. Pac-Man?
I mean,
Or
I
Peter?
guess so. When you, I mean, now that we're getting up there in years, we're
Yeah.
really like, who has time? Who has time to go out and cheat? But I guess you could say, he'd be fine. I mean, although I gotta say, love Qbert as a friend, but man, not interested.
He was on here actually
He was
before.
on a
He
few
was a
weeks
bit
ago.
of a.
Oh, he
you
was-
know.
He's had a rough go.
Drug
Yes.
problems,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
He has,
He's gone through some
and
stuff.
and I really I think he's a fine Bert, but
Thing, whatever he-
Qbert.
He caught a
Yeah.
bad. I think he caught a bad deal.
Yeah.
I think he did too.
Yeah.
And but not my problem,
No,
right?
right. So
You know?
he's tried to.
Oh, many times. In
okay.
fact, there's one time it was so funny. I woke up and I said, Peter, what is that noise? It sounded like a snore, like a real big snore. Well, he was trying to crawl into the bed and fell asleep, and that big honker of his
drugs.
just was,
Hubert?
and I think it was the drugs.
Yep. Look at that. There you go.
Yeah.
That's sad.
But Mario now,
Yeah,
that's
tell-
another
tell-
story.
tell your-
too.
your-
Listen,
stories.
he's just full of energy, vivacious, and you think he jumps at work. I want to tell you, you know that expression, he would jump over a barrel for you. Well,
Sure.
that is for sure true when it comes to him.
Wow. So you guys, I mean, was Pac-Man cool with that? Like, you and Peter?
Yeah, how did Peach feel? I feel like there's a lot of.
Yeah.
There is a lot of
triangle, love
animosity.
square. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff out there.
There's a lot of animosity between that, but you know what? I had him over for meatballs. Now he taught me his mother's meatball recipe, which is now for an Italian man like that is very special.
That seems
That
like
is
that's
very
like-
special. And you know what? He and Peter, they kind of got over it.
Okay.
You know,
Wait,
it
so you invited
happens.
him over while you were having the affair?
No, this was recently because
Okay.
there had been so much tension and you know, we would go to award shows and everything and they'd always look at each other. Man, I said, this has got to stop. So we all came together in a meal and it was real wonderful. And I think they're going to be okay.
Good.
You know,
that's
I
good.
don't know if they're going to go out and, you know,
Boys'
take
night.
pictures together, but yeah, they're going to be okay.
Well, that's good to know. Yeah, Mario's he has a bad rap on our podcast.
Yeah.
I know. Well, I know he cheated. He's cheated on people
Pauline
a lot
and
too.
Yeah.
a bunch of people.
Yeah, he cheated on Pauline. He probably cheated on Peach. I mean, obviously cheated on Peach with you.
I think Mario just has this ego, like he's like the main guy in video games. So maybe I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, but he's not.
He's
so
not.
that, you know what I mean? Peter obviously holds that.
He was the first. He's
Yeah.
one of the first. Yeah.
Yeah, but Peach is, you know, has strayed as well. I mean, I love everybody. I don't like her so much. You know what I mean? I just don't like her.
Yeah. Just, what is it? Just
Oh, you know,
She
it's
has
just
hands.
she thinks she has what. She thinks, well, I got feet, I can run or whatever, and you know, she
Yeah.
just thinks she has that Mario money, and I'm not very. You know, we're wholesome people.
yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, running, like you guys, you're one speed. You and Peter. You just, you know,
Yeah.
the ghosts get faster sometimes. You guys are just one speed.
We're
Like,
just one speed.
Interesting.
Even when you accelerate the joystick,
Right.
it just doesn't
You
work
jam
for
on it,
us.
yeah.
Yeah. Now, and we do get exercise, you know, rolling, obviously. So we practice our rolling, and that's all part of our fitness plan and everything. But it just, after all these years, it still hasn't made us go faster.
What does it feel like when you eat the power pellet and you're going after the ghost then? Like, what is that like? 'Cause it's an exciting part of the game, obviously.
It's
You-
kind
And
of
what
like
do the ghosts taste like?
yeah, because you're eating them when you get the power pellet.
Yeah.
So what happens then?
Great. Okay, so I'll answer the questions. Are you familiar with crack cocaine? That's what it feels like. It is an
Wow.
unbelievable
I was gonna say,
rush.
is it like a drug? Yeah.
It is like a rush.
Like
it is
really
like,
fast working.
you know, from what I hear, obviously I don't have the nostrils to do crack cocaine or anything like that, but that's what I
Oh
imagine
no, crack
it
you just
feels
smoke it
like.
though. I mean,
Oh,
that's
is
how
that
I
true?
hear.
Oh God, you see how antiquated I am. And to answer your question, the ghosts, they taste like just the ripest, sweetest
Cherry?
fruit. A cherry.
Really?
It's like, but what's interesting about them is they don't have pits. I don't know if you know that.
Right.
The ghosts.
They have eyes,
They
the
have
eyes.
eyes,
Yeah.
and they don't have
The
pits.
eyes come
Their
out.
eyes float
Oh,
away.
that has to be weird though.
Their eyes float away when you eat them. So there you
Yeah,
go. You
which
just
like
go-
what was that like the first time you ate a ghost and you're like, whoa, there are two eyes coming out of my mouth leaving?
Well, you know, it's funny. My mother kept me away from ghosts for many years because
Okay.
she knew how addictive the ghosts were, and I had been trying. And my girlfriends and I, when we were younger, we'd go out. I want ghosts. I want ghosts. I want ghosts. You know. And then it wasn't really until I met Peter and got, you know,
You realized he was
involved
obsessed
in
with it.
everything.
Well, he had a lot of pellets, right? He would give you-
and he would.
That's
yeah.
kind of like, you know,
enabling.
yeah, and what giving drugs to women to like.
Well, that's why
Yeah.
my mama didn't like him.
Yeah.
I have
really?
to say it was hard. But then again, she never had it, so you know who won out?
Is there a problem, like a pellet addiction problem that happens with it?
Like, is there a PA like a Pellets Anonymous?
Oh, are you not familiar?
No.
Oh, listen, we have lost many
Really?
men because of that. Many
sad.
men because of that.
Not women
yeah.
though. None of the Mrs. Just the men.
No. Yes, the women as well.
Okay. Wow. Sad. They're everywhere though. It seems
No,
like.
they're everywhere, and but you know the pellets. it's just the makers of the pellets. It's all, it's all corrupt. It's all, the makers of a pellet, they supply the helpers of the pellet, so it's one big thing.
Is a dot master included in that too? Is he in that circle?
It's funny you say that because I didn't want to call him out, but he comes from a long line of a secretive family that is the pellet,
The main pellet suppliers.
The main pellet suppliers. And it's hard because
like the Pelluminati.
You know what? That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Oh, you're smart.
Ring that joke bell.
Yeah, that is exactly what it is.
All right. What else do you want to tell us, Ms., as we have you here?
So you said that you had your QVC stuff in the future. So what are you planning to sell? Bows? Are you going to sell like handbags or hula hoops?
Yes. It's so funny. So I am writing a book with my editor's help, and I'm just
dictating a book. I guess
I'm dictating a book. That's right. But you know what is so great about this, and making the bows, and I have the which I'm very excited about. The bow line is really near
What is it
to
called?
my heart.
The bow line.
It's just called Red Bow.
Red
Bow by Ms PacMan.
That's a pretty good name.
Yeah, thank you. And I really want to make it a statement, and I want it to be if I had my wish, it would be like every little girl and boy would have a red bow in their hair like me. And it would just, because I think it brings you down, it grounds you. And that's really the feeling behind the red bow. It's like, hey, let's take time and just play game. Life is about play.
Yeah.
And it's a sincere message.
And who doesn't look cute in a bow?
Isn't that the truth?
Calvin, put a bow on.
Okay.
Isn't that the truth? And, but so with the book, listen. I'm a good Southern girl.
Is it a
at
tell-all
times,
book?
But it is a tell-all. It is. It is a page flipper, and
bless your heart.
You are gonna hear things and see things and
things.
And yes, I have.
So it's also
I have
a picture book too?
pictures. Yes, I have pictures, and you're gonna say, "Well, now I know why she doesn't like peach."
There's proof. Wow.
So I'm excited about that. Why
wait.
not get scandalous? It's like I've been hidden too long, honey.
Yeah. People want to know what you're up to, what what it's been like.
That's why you're Ms. PacMan.
That's
you're
right.
the feminist icon.
You're not just like a regular, you are the Ms. PacMan.
Yeah.
Oh, well, bless your heart, really, all of you.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you so much.
So we got to wrap it up, but any last thing you wanted to?
I just want y'all just to keep on playing,
We're going
because
to.
the more your fingers feel me, the happier I am.
You.
Well, thank you so much.
Do you want to play a quick game with us before?
Yeah, let's do
Let's
it.
do a
Sure.
quick game. This is obviously you guys know it's a world's most popular video game show on a podcast called Wed Bed Dead. Wee. So this is our version of Fuck, Marry, Kill, Ms. If you don't know, we're just gonna give you
Sorry, F, Marry, Kill. I know
Yeah.
you're Southern.
3 video game characters, and you just tell us which one you want to wed, which one you want to bed, and which one you want dead. So sound good? So we have, if you don't know, we can show you. Who
and
they are,
I
just
will
in
show you
case.
pictures.
So the first one, very popular from the Street Fighter franchise, we have the Russian bear himself, Zangief.
Oh.
From Street Fighter 2. Do you know who that is, Ms. PacMan? Do you know who
I'm aware.
Yeah.
I'm aware. I'm not keen on all
Huge.
this activity.
Zang-
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
listen, he's a beautiful man.
He's got a big,
guy.
He's a
big bushy
big guy.
carpet of chest hair.
Yeah, if you like
okay.
that. The next one is Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy.
Oh.
Which one is he from? All
7.
Final Fantasy 7, one of the very popular,
That's
very
the
popular
Final
Final
Fantasy.
Fantasy
It's the most
character.
popular one.
So that's him.
Cloud Strife. He's got a big sword.
Okay.
Blonde little Twinkie boy.
Little
You know, you're interested in that.
Calvin can say that.
But he is like a Twinkie boy.
Yeah.
But
And
he
this
has a
one,
giant sword.
Speaks
Which I-
softly, carries a big sword.
which I think is hilarious, is a me from Nintendo. Just a regular
Oh.
old me.
Oh, like one of the
like one of those weird
like
creative-
from the Wii, like those characters.
Yeah.
A me.
So, yeah.
one of those little.
Oh my
And
God.
it can be whatever you want, I guess. Really, if you think
Yeah.
about it. So a me, guys. If my me looks just like me, and it's kind of creepy.
It does.
Okay, I think
It's
I
really
think,
weird.
Ms. PacMan has come up. I think
Okay, so you
I'm
ready for
gonna
your-
have to
okay, so
kill the sword boy.
Oh,
Oh,
you dead
why?
Cloud
Dead-
Strife. How
dead
come?
the Cloud Strife. Well, you
What?
know what? I'm very sensitive, and one, wrong turn, and off goes my bow or something else.
Yeah.
So I don't think I could trust that.
Okay,
So I'm so
interesting.
sorry, honey, but you're out of there.
All right.
I think I would like to have relations with the big burly guy.
So you
Oh,
can-
Zangief.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see that.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can see that. But you know what? I bet he has a lot of ladies, so I wouldn't want to compete.
Hey, this is it's like a free night, like no matter what
Yes.
you get.
Yes.
So
That's right. So I think I'll take that one. And then I think I would have to wed the me.
Wed the me.
You know, because you can make it out of anything you want. And so I have one that does the dishes and then my Peter.
Yeah,
That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Who
That's
wants to go?
practical.
Very good choice. Who wants to go next here?
I'll go next.
Okay.
This is so the me can look like anything.
I mean, I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would assume.
Now, do I have to decide like it looks like what it looks like, and then, or it can change whenever
I mean, if you want it to be like a Cindy Crawford me.
yeah,
from
could I change it? Could I
1987.
change it from a Cindy
Sure,
Crawford
yeah.
me to?
Oh, like
I
change
mean,
like,
can you change it? Can you change it?
you can change your me.
Yeah.
Well, you have to create different ones. Your main me stays with you forever.
Well,
So then I guess
so
you
this
have to-
one that I'm getting, can I edit it? Can I change it?
You know what? Yes, you can give it different outfits.
Change
That's
the
pretty much
face
it.
and everything.
Maybe give a different hairstyle.
Okay, so
I haven't changed my me literally since I got my Wii, like 15 years, whatever, how long ago that was. But so I don't know if you
It could have been 15 years ago.
No, the Wii came out in like
That was like what, 2005, 6?
five-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
So
I
12,
guess that's like
13
Jesus.
Years. Is that, see?
Wow, I feel old now.
I
Sorry.
know.
Yeah, yeesh.
So I think I'm gonna marry Zangief. Right?
Oh.
I'm gonna wed Zangief.
Really?
Because he's a famous international star.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'll have a good life. So with these Street Fighter characters, it's always good to marry them because you get to travel. One, right? So he's doing his fighting, but I'm like, oh, let me go shop in Brazil or wherever. I am.
Good.
You know what I mean?
Plus, I mean, you're a little feller as far as height. He
Yeah.
can just put it on his shoulders and walk around. He's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's like 6 foot.
Protect. You know the whole. You're always talking about protection.
Well, this is more just like convenience.
But I feel like he's probably rich. He's probably very close to Putin, right?
Oh, well, that's not a good thing.
Well, he's powerful.
Yeah, I was
you know
gonna
what I'm
say.
saying? He has a lot. Like in Russia, nobody would
He's
mess
got
with me
connection. No one's gonna mess with Zangief.
because I'd be
in Russia.
Zangief,
Yeah.
and Zangief's probably like
Bears respect him.
buddies with Putin
Right.
and stuff.
Okay.
I'm going to spend the night with the me
Okay.
because then you can, you could change the me, halfway through, whatever you want.
Wow.
Yeah.
So like multiple partners in
Yeah.
one night.
Oh, so you're explaining a loophole here. I like it.
Yeah, I'm exploring the loophole that you could be having sex with whatever you wanted, or who or whatever you wanted.
You have to make sure your controllers are charged up before you edit this.
It's true.
Before
I
you
got
get
batteries.
on,
I got
make sure you have
batteries.
batteries. Man, the Wii controls even took regular freaking batteries.
Yeah.
That's
I
how
know, I
old-
remember
how old
that.
thing is.
It's so silly. I still cannot believe that that's that old.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it leaves me with Cloud, who I will, I guess, have to kill.
You're gonna kill
Aw.
Cloud. Also, so it's 2 deads for Cloud.
Jeez.
Interesting.
This is
All right.
rough.
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Mind if I go, Calvin? All right. So here's what I'm gonna do. I think. Oh man, it is kind of tricky, but I think I'm going to marry the me as well.
No, I didn't marry the me. I spent the night with the
But Ms
Oh, Ms. PacMan
Yeah.
married.
married the me, right? Because it would be nice to have, if you could edit it anytime you want, it would be very convenient to be like, oh yeah, one day I need this done. One day I'm going to make a me that does this. Then I'll make a me that does this. You know, and just be and then make a cool me to hang out with sometimes.
That's like a Swiss Army wife.
Ooh.
Oh.
Perfect.
Another powerful pun.
That was a good
from
one,
the-
though.
Is
I
that,
like
is that a show on True TV yet? Swiss Army Wife. But anyway, so I'll do that. And then I'm probably going to bed Cloud Strife, though, I think.
Small.
Okay.
He's a little small, like you said, Twinkie boy. Can I say that?
Yes.
All right. So, he's like that. So I just can't see me, having relations with Zangief. He's too big.
You guys are both too large.
He's enormous and too muscly for me. So I'm gonna do that. But yeah. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to dead Zangief. But that would give me status as the only person to kill Zangief. I think so. Might make it kind of cool.
Yeah.
Might get you into the Street
It
Fighter
might get
tournament.
me in.
Oh.
So there you go. See, you really got to think of this game. It's not just throwing names out.
Yeah.
But I will. So if you were to get in Street Fighter, would you go by your name, Brian McGinnis, or would you change your name to like
Would you take his identity and become him?
Yeah.
In the
I
Street
gotta
Fighter?
work out for like
Yeah.
10
like
years
Brian
straight.
Geef?
Brian
You could do
Geef?
Brian Geef. Yeah.
I don't know.
I like it. It
Brian-
rolled off the tongue.
What's Brian in Russian?
Brian Geef.
Maybe I'll think of that. but-
Boris?
Boris. I can go by Boris, maybe.
I can see you as a Boris.
Yeah.
You
All
got,
right.
you
So
got a
there we go.
Borisy vibe.
You'd have to get a bunch of scars.
Yeah.
Like
I got-
Zangief has all
Just
those scars.
fight some bears in the wilderness, and then
I don't
come
want to
back.
fight bears though. You know?
Well, you got to man up. You killed Zangief.
Maybe I would be like one of the girl Street Fighters, like
like Chun Li.
trophy boys on the side. I think
That's
what
why I
would do.
married him, so I could be
Yeah.
a trophy boy.
Yeah. So that's what I would do. So
Okay,
Calvin, go for it.
So this is gonna be
Hold on,
controversial.
audience.
You always do this. We don't have to do this.
Calvin
I
is
would.
gay.
Why you fucking always do it? It actually is kind of whatever.
All right,
So,
sorry. I'll stop doing it. If you want.
Thank you. So It's gonna be a little controversial. I would kill the me.
Oh, really?
Because the me looks weird. Like you can make it kind of look like you, but it looks a little weird and it gets a little uncanny valley to me. I can't imagine like
they're
and
small.
they're tiny. You know,
They're small.
I can't imagine looking at that on a regular
I
basis.
assume they would be the same size as you, right?
No, they're pretty
No, they're
small.
kinda-
Yeah, they're like kind of bite sized. Like I don't. Could you imagine looking at like something that like looks like that every day?
Yeah, it's kind of
Or even like while
Just
you're
for
having
one
sex
night,
and then
yeah.
looking in the eye, like
Yeah.
ooh, I don't know. I try not to look
I
people in the
see
eye
it.
when I have sex, but
Right.
still, it's real, you know.
See, then my disclaimer. I brought up my disclaimer.
All right, so the me is dead.
So
for the
me
first
is dead.
time. Interesting.
I would marry Zangief.
Yeah.
Because, protector, rich, airplane.
Cute.
Also,
Do you like bears? Is that he's a bear, right?
I mean, well, that's a nice chest hair to like nap on, you know?
You could-
like,
Nap on.
yeah, you
I
can
think
nap on
he
the
could
chest.
fit-
You'd
I
probably
think
fit on his whole
Calvin
chest.
I could. That would be great.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would be his me. Like, I would be that'd be great. And then I would bed Cloud. I don't really want to.
Oh, really? Why not?
I mean,
Not your type?
no, he just is, he's all whiny.
Is he?
Is he
Yeah,
whiny?
he's like
He
very
looks-
whiny. You see it.
That's why he's got a big sword. to
Those
try to
blocky
act tough.
hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, the blocky hands. And I feel like he's just too whiny. I don't know.
But
But
you-
I would still bet him. Like,
Bet him in.
Why would you bet him? Just because?
because, he's there. He's got a sword.
Yeah, he
He's
does.
got muscles.
You know what you should do? You should bet him, and then you sneak out at night and
Take
steal
his
his
sword.
sword. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good
one
idea.
of
I
those-
should do that.
Evil.
Hey, wait a minute. Where's my
And
Yeah.
then he's screwed. Is he magical or he's just got the sword?
Well, he can do magic.
Right.
But I could steal his, like, magic balls.
Steal his
That's not
materia. You
euphemism.
could steal his materia.
Magic balls. That's
You
amazing.
thief. You dirty thief.
So there we are, guys.
yeah.
Guys, tweet us. Who would you wed bed dead for out of Zangief, Cloud Strife, and a me? And tweet us pictures of your me if you have one. I wanna
Actually,
see-
yeah, I'm kind of
Other
curious
memes
now.
of-
Yeah,
What
if you
meme would
if you
want
have like a
dead?
sexy me or
Yeah.
something that somebody would be into, like send us a.
I'm gonna put ours
screenshot.
up on our Instagram, so you guys can check it out, and it looks exactly like.
Have you made me's? Of,
Oh yeah,
of
I
it?
have a me, and it looks exactly.
You have
like
to make
me.
ones for each of us.
Oh, I
then.
should.
Yeah.
You'll be
Oh,
easy
yeah.
to make, probably.
Oh,
No, I'm easy to make. With balls
'Cause
head
bald-
and goatees.
yeah,
He's
bald's
very,
pretty
and
easy.
look,
Yeah,
boom,
yeah.
it looks just like
It
me.
really does look like you in the face.
I
It's
know.
like,
It's creepy.
Yeah.
because it has blue eyes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a huge face. So, guys, that's it. Ms PacMan, thank you so much for joining
Thank
us.
you.
This
Bless
has been
your heart.
one of the biggest stars we've had, guys.
All right.
This has
Yes.
been amazing.
So- Seriously, thank you,
happy.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so enjoy the rest of your time here in Queens if you're just floating around. And we will talk to you guys next week on the
Next
Playable
week.
Characters
See ya.
Podcast. See ya.
chomp chomp chomp.